Hi, this is Giovanni for the critical thinking practice to survive the apocalypse. The first person that I would choose for a zombie apocalypse would be my stepfather, Jim. Jim is someone who would be prepared for this type of apocalyptic event. He is just the kind of guy who would know how to survive and could easily defend himself and help defend the rest of the group. In the group, he'd be by far the oldest member. He wouldn't like to hear that. So I believe he could provide wisdom and insight. The second person that I would bring is my friend Bree. She's someone who I trust in my life, and she would also be useful in defending the group from zombies because she was trained in archery. And archery could be considered better than like normal guns and firearms because it's silent compared to like a gun would be very loud. The third person who would be included in my survival plan would be my friend Caitlin. Caitlin is very motherly and would be great at keeping a group together and like delegating chores and tasks. She is also going to nursing school, so she'd be essential to heal and mend wounds that could potentially happen in this type of scenario. Caitlin is also an outdoorsy person and would know her way around the outdoors. The fourth person I would bring is my friend Caden. Caden is very smart and very sharp in general, and he's super athletic, quick, and I believe he can adapt to any situation like this type of scenario. He knows how to pick locks, and he knows to pick pockets even, so he'd be a great asset to the group. In summary, I've worked with 3 out of the 4 other group members, so I believe I would have great chemistry with them and know their strengths and weaknesses. Another common trait among all the group members is that they're all athletic or strong. All 5 of us go to the gym where I played sports. I believe that being physically fit is a requirement to survive in a zombie apocalypse. Essential items. The first item that I'd bring would be some type of weapon, a firearm, or some other type of weapon like a bat, axe, or knife would be among my first choices. In movies and TV shows, weapons have been proven to be essential in these types of apocalyptic situations. Whether it's The Walking Dead or The Last of Us, weapons are necessary to defend yourself from zombies or even humans. The second item I would bring would be medical supplies. In an apocalyptic situation, medical supplies will be needed to mend wounds from potential cuts that will inevitably happen. I also suspect that medical supplies will be very scarce in a post-apocalyptic world. The third item I would bring would be large supplies of water. Water is required for human function, and we can only survive 3 days without it. I also think that the group would be more thirsty than usual because of the increased amount of physical activity that is necessary in an apocalypse. A lot of running, a lot of running. For the destination and escape route, my chosen destination would be Sam's Club. We would ride there in my stepfather's Chevy Colorado truck. The truck could hold all the members very comfortably and has a bed that we could store supplies that we find on the way there, potentially. This truck would be capable of traversing different terrains if necessary, and the potential obstacles that we might have to avoid would be abandoned vehicles, zombies, and limited fuel that we'd probably have. The trip in total would take about 45 minutes and 23 miles. Here's the map that I've drawn. Here's SPCC, and there's Sam's Club. Here's 485, this circle around here, and that's Charlotte. And we'll go through Weddington, or Wesley Chapel, then Weddington, then Ballantyne. And in this, I purposely avoided the highway because I believe that could potentially be very busy, a lot of traffic, and just problematic. And I think we should avoid that, the possibility. Who knows what could happen. So only 45 minutes, a little longer than you'd want, but 23 miles. But we avoid the potential of catastrophe by going on the highway. Sam's Club itself is a very strong structure and could easily hold off potential attacks from raiders or zombies. The building itself has many resources and could help us live normal lives and build back a society. I mean, they have a bunch of food, a bunch of water. I mean, they have pallets of this type of stuff. The location itself is also close to other stores, like it's close to the mall. A bunch of stores like BJ's and all that type of stuff. So scavenging would be way easier. My team itself would be very cohesive since most of us have worked together. My team is composed of skills like nursing, archery, and on top of that, we are all athletic. The items that I've selected are very realistic. Weapons, water, and medical supplies are all very useful. If we follow my plan, we will survive and prosper to continue the legacy of the human race. Thank you. Thank you for a great semester, by the way. Have a good one.